left-hand side, and he's given it away. It's a throw into Juve. So they're a bit rattled, Atalanta. I think that opening phase of play by Juve was so beautifully orchestrated and executed. It was almost perfect execution. It was like 95% execution. All that was missing was the finish at the end as Weston McKennie comes forward now for Juve. Atalanta all over the place. Kepa and Thuram comes out to Cambiasso on this near side. Cambiasso looks to cross it. Crossing he does. A decent ball in. Take it back to Conceição. Toss for Locatelli on the edge of the box. Good block in there by Martin de Roon. And the ball goes up to Scamacca, who is fouled. He did well there, the Italian forward. And Bremer was the man who committed the foul. And it will be a free kick to Atalanta just inside the Atalanta half. So they will be relieved about that, it has to be said, because they are been a bit under the cosh here in the opening couple of minutes as they decide to pass back, and they've gone all the way back to Carnesecchi in goal, out to Zappacosta on this near side. He goes Scalvini into Gibsiti. Gibsiti just carrying the ball forward into a bit of space. Nice ball in towards the feet of Raspadori. Goes back to Edison. Swaps one out to Scalvini on this near side. Charles De Kelatera, the ball down the line to Zappacosta, who's got a bit of space to cross it. Crossing he does. It's just got over the head of Scamacca. Headed up by Juve, and Weston McKennie has picked up the pieces. There's a good attempt at a 1-2 with Jonathan David, but it didn't quite work out. And it will be a throw in to Atalanta on the halfway line. As, of course, Palladino used to play for Juventus, so now welcoming one of his former clubs to his current managerial club. As Martin de Roon just takes a bit of sting out of the game and goes back to Ahonor. Here's Edison exchanging passes with the left centre-back. It's a play to Rafael Palladino for putting on this Stanahor straight back into the 11 after his early red card away at Como at the weekend. He may well have put him off, but he hasn't seemed to have done, as Charles De Kelatera just teasing Locatelli there. Goes up to Zappacosta on this near side. There's a bit of experience in the Atalanta team, isn't he, Zappacosta? And so they'll be keen to lean on him as Scamacca's got it under control. Charles De Kelatera cuts it and shoots, but it's really well blocked. But Atalanta keep the pressure on. It's got out to the far side to Raspadori. Bernasconi cutting inside, whipped into the penalty area. Oh, Charles De Kelatera trying to get a toe on it, but it was well dealt with back there by Bremer. And Juve can spring in a counter-attack of their own with Weston McKennie. Here goes the run of Cambiasso on the left-hand side, trying to play it back inside to Weston McKennie. Hasn't found him. He's won the ball back though. Oh, but Edison's able to win it back for Atalanta. And he'll have a few teammates that will be relieved and thankful at him for that, because that was a scruffy bit of play in the middle of the pitch. It has to be said. As the ball goes back now to Ahonor, to Scalvini. He goes back to Carnesecchi, who's in goal tonight. Will mean a lot though to both these two teams to get through, of course. It's important to note it's of course a challenge for these sides when they come up against these sorts of opposition in a Juventus, but when you know that you've got Lazio or Bologna, you know, they're very, with all due respect to those two, very winnable games. And so there is an opportunity, isn't there, to really progress, and if you do, an opportunity to win the trophy, as Edison plays it forward into the feet of Raspadori. Gets it back from him straight away. As the ball sprays out there on this near side to Scalvini, to the feet of Scamacca. Up Out to Zappacosta on this near side. Neat and tidy play by him. It's come out to Charles de Kellater once more, who crosses it in left-footed. Not quite got that right though, Charles de Kellater. It will be a goal kick to Juventus. So it has been an interesting start to this game, it must be said. Right, both teams a little bit open, which is typical really, isn't it, for a cup competition? Quite often in the league games it can be quite tight and cagey, but you get these cups and teams, not that it doesn't matter to the teams, but they give a little sense of freedom. There's a bit of a mistake there though by McKennie. He's given Atalanta a throw in deep in the Juve half, which David Zappacosta has got over to take responsibility. And it looks like he's going to launch one into the box here, David Zappacosta. So, chance to get the ball in the box. It's gone in towards Scamacca, could control it though. And it's cleared away instinctively by Lloyd Kelly. Ball eventually going all the way back to Marco Carnesecchi in the Atalanta goal. Here's Carnesecchi getting the ball at his feet. Looking at the options ahead of him, decides to go long towards Scamacca. Here's Zappacosta, nice ball down the line to Charles de Kellater. Nice by Kellater. De Kellater, here goes Zappacosta now. Chance to get a good cross into the box. Crossing he does, always just a little bit too high. Around the back there is Bernasconi to pick up the pieces though for Atalanta. Here goes Ahanor. Goes into the feed of Bernasconi again. There's on Jim City on the halfway line now. Martin de Roon popping one through to Charles de Kellater. It's good pressure by Juventus though. They're tight on the Atalanta players. Keen to push them back and put them under pressure. But they've given it away though. And there's a chance here for a break for Juventus. And Francisco Conceição's away here. Conceição to the penalty area. He's got Jonathan David in support. He's gone on his own now, and he did too much, Francisco Conceição. And he's actually run the ball out, so it'll be a goal kick to Atalanta. But that was disappointing really by the Portuguese winger. You know, he's got an opportunity to make an impression tonight, have an impact on this game, but he was unable to. You know, you're not going to do that by doing silly things like that. You've got to really look out for a teammate. As Jonathan David has put Carnesecchi under pressure, and Atalanta playing with fire at the back. Zahanor plays it out to Bernasconi on the far side. Flick round the corner nicely by Raspadori, looking for Scamacca, who's won another free kick in a very nice area, or just inside the Atalanta half, I should say. Just takes a bit of pressure off them. It's good forward play that by Scamacca. It really is, and it was Bremer on him again. There'll be an interesting matchup then tonight between Bremer and Scamacca. Interesting how those two get on in their duels. Jim City has it now at the back for Atalanta. Up to Scalvini on this near side, who's up the touchline. Zappacosta clumsy though, possession. And it's won back by Lloyd Kelly. Here goes Bremer. Gatti. Back to Mattia Perin in goal for Juventus. He goes long down the pitch. Oh my word. Well, Scalvini missed it, and he was lucky that Jim City was behind, because otherwise Jonathan David was in. But Zappacosta's coming forward now for Atalanta. Not a boring one this. A decent start. The Zappacosta has got that cross wrong though, and it's got all the way out behind for a throw in to Juve, which Pierre Kalulu has gone over to take on the far side. He's gone back to Gatti and get things going here. As the ball eventually goes long, and it's actually gone out of play on this near side. So it'll be a throw-in on the halfway line to Atalanta. Actually, no, it's a little bit further advanced than that. And Bernasconi will have a chance now to launch the ball into the penalty area and potentially create an opportunity here. As it launches in, it's flicked on the abyss. It's coming to Zappacosta, who hits it. It's well blocked by Locatelli back in there. It's all a bit frantic at the back for Juventus. And Matteo Perrin as well comes out, takes command and grabs the ball. As Juventus now can relax a little bit and come forwards and see what they can do. In terms of harming that back line for Atalanta. As the ball goes out onto the near side, it's down the line, and that's a bit of a push, is it, in the back by Pierre Kalulu. Nothing given though by the referee, and they're coming forward now, Atalanta, in decent numbers, as Bernasconi squares it out into the middle, which Martin de Roon has taken responsibility. Into the feet now though of Raspadori. As nice little bit of play there though in the middle between Martin de Roon and Ederson, keeping this alive for Atalanta. Nice ball down the line by Raspadori. He's want to throw in on the far side, so it's clever play out there by Raspadori. As Bernasconi is going to take this throw in for Atalanta. It's launched long into the penalty area. It is headed away. It's only going to come as far as Bernasconi once more, but that pass is wrong out to him, and that would be a throw in to Juventus, deep in the Juve half. So it has been an interesting opening exchange here between these two sides. It is still Atalanta 0, Juventus 0. Hasn't been swashbuckling, but hasn't been boring either. There has been moments, you feel, where each team could have created a decent opportunity, but neither have really been able to do it so far. As a nice bit of play there by Gatti, and there's good pressure though by Scamacca. It's a throw into Atalanta. Super there again by the Atalanta centre forward, and an opportunity for Atalanta once again to throw the ball long into the box via Lorenzo Bernasconi, who throws it into the box. Manuel Locatelli heads it away, headed back by Ederson. Kepra Touré getting up highest to head it away. Zappacosta headed it forward, but there was a foul in there on Manuel Locatelli, and Juventus have got themselves a free kick just on the edge of their own penalty area. So a bit of pressure off as far as they are concerned. They couldn't quite get out for a moment there, Juventus. And Locatelli, in all honesty, has gone down pretty easily there, but it was a free kick. I don't think that's a dispute, as the ball goes long down the pitch by Perrin, and once again Atalanta win the second ball and can come forward. But good challenge there by Lloyd Kelly. He goes Kepra Touré. Goes back to Kelly once more. Locatelli whips one into the feet of Francisco Conceição, who's coming to the middle of the pitch. Nice first time ball back though once again by Lloyd Kelly. Locatelli, Thuram round the corner. Searching ball really. Jonathan David was on his heels a little bit. And it's instinctively cleared forward by Ahonor, but it's given away. And Conceição's got a chance here to do something on the wing. Cross it towards David! Oh, he just couldn't get his head on it. It was just in front of him. So nice bit of play by Conceição. Cross right footed, decent ball there. It was just in front of Jonathan David. Just grazed his head. And instead was actually kept in by Thuram, and Juve are still on the attack here. They have decided to go back though to the halfway line, keep possession, be patient. Manuel Locatelli, who's sporting the short sleeves with gloves tonight, was an iconic look. So the ball goes out onto the far side, where Kalulu is able to have a few touches into the feet of Weston McKennie. Ball goes forward into Scamacca's feet. It's into the feet there of Martin de Roon, who shoots it, but he shoots straight down the throat of Matteo Perry. And it is Juventus' ball once again, and Lloyd Kelly gives it to Locatelli, dropping a lot into that back three, but he's giving it away, Locatelli, and Atalanta can come forward again. Here goes Raspadori into Gianluigi Scamacca, who shoots, so it's blocked by Bremer. Zappacosta goes short into the feet of Martin de Roon. Atalanta doing well here. They are certainly the team on top of this last 5 minutes or so, as Martin de Roon has got it out to Scalvini. Back there to Ahanor. Ahanor back to Carnesecchi in the Atalanta goal. He goes long, searching for, well, it was Charles de Calater, but it's a good bit of defending there by Andrea Cambiasso. Got back in, helping his fullback. And it will be a throw in to Juve. As they now go back to Locatelli at the back for them. And the foot there by Conceição was a bit reckless. And Atalanta have got it again, but they've lost it. Good bit of play there by Weston McKennie. Here goes Locatelli. Conceição. Here goes Gatti. Long ball forward, looking for Conceição. It is headed out on the far side. It will be a throw in to Juventus, of course. And ball does go short to Locatelli, who sweeps about onto this near side. A lovely bit of play. All bits offside though there against Weston McKennie. He's lost a bit of his teammate actually, but not playing it earlier. But in all honesty, he didn't really need to drift into an offside position there. It wasn't great. And Spalletti's not happy about something of his players there. Not quite sure what that was all about. As the ball goes long down the pitch, looking for Scamacca. Lost it this time though, but he has won it back. He's done well, but his teammate there, Zappacosta, couldn't quite get the ball in play on this near side, so Juve have got themselves another throw in and an opportunity for them to work something as the ball forward front towards Thuram. Oh, and Conceição's on the end of it. It's a big job for Juventus. Conceição, big save by Carnesecchi. What a chance for Conceição. They're in a mess of that, Atalanta. There's a chance out of nothing. And Francisco Conceição, the chance came and the chance went just like that. It was a good opportunity for the Portuguese winger. He could make it count. Locatelli now into the feet of Jonathan David, 30 yards from goal. Plays it into Conceição, into the box. Conceição is left foot, shoots, crossbar. Wow. Francisco Conceição probably wondering how he hasn't scored in the last 30 seconds. And a glorious opportunity, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Good save from Carnesecchi. And then straight away, Juve recycling the ball in 20 seconds. Back to Conceição inside the box, curling in on his left foot. And a piercing shot was just cannoned off the crossbar. And Atalanta have got themselves a goal kick. But it was a very nervy moment for the home side. They've been comfortable in the last 10 minutes. They've been the much better side. And then that's how quickly it can change. As a ball long down the line by Lloyd Kelly, looking for Weston McKennie. Is unable to find him. Kelly to McKennie. Almost tripped over my own words there as Scalvini goes long down the pitch. Actually won back though by Bremer, who goes out wide to Kalulu. Back inside to Bremer once more. Lloyd Kelly is an option here on this near side. Goes back to Bremer though. Goes across to Federico Gatti. Juve will be happy just to calm things down for the next few moments as Kalulu plays one through. Ooh, looking for the runner David, but he doesn't quite have the pace, does he, Jonathan David, to get on the end of balls that are just in front of him. It was a good effort, of course, by the Canadian striker, but he wasn't able to get on the end of the ball as Martin de Roon plays it short to Jim City. Here's Edison popping one into the feet of Raspadori, who swivels on it. Bernasconi goes down the line. It's a good run, and he goes, oh no, the ball there by Edison just goes straight into the hands of Matteo Perry. Just didn't quite have the quality there in the key position. But it's a good effort though, keeping the ball in as Conceição goes out to Kepa and Thuram on this near side. Nice bit of play there by Juventus. Ball into the feet of Conceição, but he's given it away, and Atalanta have got it back. We're halfway through the first half now. There is Dammit. And it is still goalless. There aren't any clear-cut chances. I mean, both teams are putting themselves in positions where they could probably do more with. I'll say no clear-cut chances. Apart from that Conceição chance literally 2 minutes ago, there hasn't really been anything clear-cut for either side, but yeah, it's certainly not been too dull as Jonathan David plays one round the corner to Kalulu. Nice, clever pass from him. Down the line to Conceição, who's in the box again. Conceição crosses. It's a corner kick to Juve. Well, it's a nice bit of play there by Juventus, just playing the ball into the feet of Conceição, who was just able to try to get the ball across. There's a check-in in progress here for a possible handball against Bremer after Edison tried to cross it, but his arm was up, you know. Bremer has got to be careful. I mean, I certainly wouldn't have that as a penalty myself, but the interpretation of the handball law throughout Europe is, it does vary. And they're still checking it, by the way. So a possible penalty to Atalanta is on the cards here. I'm not sure whether he will give it or not. But we'll have to wait and see. They are still checking it. Bremer seems a bit bemused. Edison all of a sudden is interested. Referee just indicating he's being told by his VAR that they're looking at it. And goodness gracious me, hold on. He's making the VAR signal. We could have a penalty to Atalanta here. Wow, that would be drama. And Spalletti looks a little bit bemused on the sideline. And the referee's come over to the monitor. And to be honest, with our experience of VAR in the last few years, we know what that means. And the freeze frame that he's seen, the referee, is a frozen image of Bremer's hand up by his side. And the ball striking it. And Edison is the man who instigated the contact. Anything I'd say, I mean, his arm is in a bit of an unnatural position, in all honesty. It is out and it is up. And although it would be harsh, it's maybe something that you couldn't really complain too much about. And Spalletti's now got a grimace on his face. The referee's coming back out. He came swamped by the players. He's referee's not having any of it. Please back off. Get away from me. And we now wait to see what the decision of the referee is. And Gatti is protesting. It's the problem in a way, isn't it? When the players can see the replay and they see it themselves in the moment. I don't always have the best angle, but they might complain about it. The referee is just waiting as he is now making an announcement on the tannoy. And I think we've got a penalty here to Atalanta. Yeah, we have. We've got a penalty to Atalanta. So would you believe it? It's a chance here for Atalanta to strike the lead here. And Rafael Palladino looks quietly delighted, in all honesty. as Atalanta have got a chance here to take the lead. Who will take this, I wonder? Will it be Scamacca, probably? I'd imagine he'll probably take it. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Gianluca Scamacca. And he'll be up against Matteo Perrine. So a chance here for Atalanta to take the lead. Just 26 minutes on the clock. It's Scamacca. He scores! It's 1-0 to Atalanta. And just like that, Palladino's side strike first in this Coppa Italia quarter-final. It may have been a harsh decision to award the penalty, but Atalanta won't care. And Gianluca Scamacca continues his good scoring run. And it's Atalanta 1, Juventus 0. And it was a lovely penalty by Scamacca. He had the composure to just open his body up, place it in the other corner. He sent Perrine the wrong way. And Atalanta are off to a flying start. A good start here as Thuram has run a throw in on this deep in the Atalanta half. Weston McKennie is going to come over to take it. As he's just weighing up the options in the middle, Weston McKennie, as he gears up to take this throw in for Juventus. He ends up throwing it back, and it is crossed into the penalty area. He's headed forward. Oh, and it was a little bit clear about where that was going. It has eventually gone over the bar, so it was a close one, a close call, but he has gone over the bar. It was actually Bremer who got his head to it. Couldn't quite see who got his head. That would have been instant redemption, wouldn't it, for the Juve centre-back who gave away the penalty a few moments ago. As the ball goes up to David, he's gone down under a challenge by Martin de Roon. And Ederson's also down holding his head. Maybe he was, yeah, he just crashed his head in there as well. But we're at that stage now, aren't we, where Atalanta have got their noses in front. And so you do worry that, well, worry maybe isn't the right word, but you do wonder whether that will be a case now for them to just waste a bit of time, take the sting out of the game a little bit. But they're back up and running now, though, with Zappacosta on this near side. Gone all the way back, though, to Carnesecchi. He goes long. The ball's gone all the way back to the feet of Gatti at the back for Juventus. He goes Locatelli, bringing the ball forwards for Juventus. Lloyd Kelly back down the line to Locatelli once more. He goes Bremer. Bremer to Gatti on the far side. Conceição looked a bit scruffy, but he did keep it. It's Kalulu and Jonathan David exchange nice bit of passing, and Lloyd Kelly can come forward. Ederson's down again. We have a boy cried wolf situation, I think, with Ederson. It's the second time he's gone down easy in the last few minutes. As Kepra Thuram just turning the corner. Nice bit of play from him. He's had a foul on him, though. Yes, it is. Free kick to Juventus in a big dangerous position, it has to be said. So an opportunity for them to put the ball into the box here and maybe create an opportunity for themselves. There's a nice bit of play in the middle by Jonathan David and Kalulu. That's the problem now. Referee's got to clamp down on this. Ahanora's gone down now. Hopefully he's not injured, but you know, if it is time wasting, it's a bit early for that. Only 31 minutes in. The physios have been called onto the pitch. He looked a little bit obscure with the way he went down. It didn't look entirely clear what had happened. As Locatelli and Andrea Cambiasso are in deep conversation here over who's going to take this free kick. As they've lining up the box. There's Belletti there just changing passes. Changing instructions, sorry, on this near side as the goalkeeper just organising his wall. As it looks like Cambiasso is going to be the man to take this for Juve, left-footed. It's not in a shooting position, but one to really whip one in and ask a question of the Atalanta defence, which Cambiasso has done. It's not actually got onto the head of the Juve player though. Back to Cambiasso on this near side. Conceição getting involved. Nice ball out to Kalulu. He whips the ball into the box. It's deep into the box and it's well defended by Atalanta. It will be a corner kick to Juve. Charles de Calatea doing a good job there. As an opportunity now to really ask questions of the Atalanta defence. From a Juve perspective, it's come to Jonathan David. He's put it across goal. Like Kelly said, oh, Weston McKennie couldn't either. And how didn't that end up as a goal or an effort on target, at least for Juve? Jonathan David looks frustrated with himself. Not sure how he didn't hit the target. It has come out though, and Atalanta have got themselves a throw-in midway through their own half. As Spalletti continues to bark out orders from the touchline. Throwing goes long down the line towards Scamacca. Plays it down the line towards Zappacosta. He's gone down under the challenge from Cambiasso. It'll be a free kick to Atalanta right on the edge of the Juve box. He's not happy with that decision, Cambiasso, but he did have his shirt. I mean, he went down easy, Zappacosta, but you've got to ask more of a question than that. You can't be doing that in those sorts of areas. You're taking an unnecessary risk. As Lorenzo Bernasecchi, Bernascone has come over to take it on this near side. It will be the left foot of him in swinger. You really ask a question of the Juve back four. It's whipped into the box. It's cleared away by Weston McKennie. Here's Edison to put it back in, but it's well blocked though by Cambiasso. So fair play to in there at the back. He did his defensive work after giving away that initial free kick as Bremer wins the ball high in the air. Here's Conceição coming forward for Juventus. They've got a few in attack. Conceição dwelled on it. Oh dear. Well, that's poor, isn't it? That's really poor from Conceição. He's coming forward, he's got options left and right, gives it away, and now Atalanta's putting a counter-attack of their own as Catalan goes in. Oh, but it's well intercepted, and Kepa Turam has now got it on the halfway line for Juventus. Back to Locatelli. I mean, Conceição's down, making out he's injured. I don't think he is. I think he's just embarrassed that he gave the ball away in the way he did a few moments ago. He needs to get up, and he is up now. Surprise, surprise. There's a nice spin by Weston McKennie, running down the right-hand side, trying to make room for a shot. It's good defending by Ahonord. And he's won a goal kick. It's brilliant defending by him. And he'll be wanting to have a good game tonight after that red card in Como the other night. And seeing that replay there of the Conceição challenge on Conceição, he doesn't actually touch his foot at all. So he's trying to, he's probably, I think he's just a bit embarrassed that he gave the ball away in the way that he did there. Francisco Conceição. And the Atalanta player's not happy with something, having a moan there at Locatelli. He's not really too bothered about it. The ball goes long down the pitch and bounces through to Bremer. And the ball goes forward, heading forward once again, out onto the far side, and yep, Atalanta throw in over there. It's given away though, and Bremer has it back now for Juventus. Here goes Jonathan David dropping deep and driving forward down for Juventus. Got options left to right. Uses Conceição on the right hand side. He cuts in and then goes back to Locatelli. Locatelli now to Lloyd Kelly. And brings it out to Cambiasso on this near side. Here's Bremer. Bremer into Thuram. JD, Jonathan David, as he's referred to by many, but it's terrible by Thuram. He took his eye off the ball and he's gone out for a throw-in for Atalanta on the halfway line. A very cheap respite for Atalanta. Jonathan David's actually covered the most ground in this game, 4.4 kilometres. Raspadori just behind him. He hasn't had too many touches in this game, Jonathan David, but he's certainly working hard out there. The Scalvini is taking his time here over this throw-in. Weston McKennie's not happy about it. Referee agrees with him. Throw-in to Juventus. So it has actually worked. Asking the question of the referee there in terms of potential time wasting, as Weston McKennie takes this one a little bit quicker. There's Locatelli. Into Gatti, goes back to Bremer in the middle. There's Locatelli once more, goes long, no need for that. Gives it away, with a throw-in though eventually. So that was lucky. There's Cambiasso, goes back to Locatelli now for Juventus. Locatelli trying to pop one through the gap, but they've given it away though, Juventus. And Thuram is driving forward now. Conceição. Kalulu's also an option. Conceição decided not to pass it, but to dribble it again and almost losing it. Didn't though. Has still got it. Lloyd Kelly now for Juventus inside the Atalanta half. Out onto the far side is Gassi for Juventus. Nice bit of play at the back there by Bremer. And Locatelli now for Juventus. Locatelli going out. The Gatti on the far side, using Bremer once more in the middle of the pitch for Juventus. And there's Locatelli. Plays into Weston McKennie's feet. Keppering Thuram going back now to Locatelli. There's Bremer. Conceição. Now to Gatti on the far side. Goes back again. This is all very nice from Juve, but there's no real penetration to it. You know, keeping the possession is one thing, but they are 1-0 down in this cup tie. As the ball goes into the feet of Conceição, it's gone out onto the far side, and it will be a throw-in though to Juve. No, corner, sorry. It was a touch and go, but it is a corner kick. So an opportunity to really ask a question of this Atalanta defence again. As everyone is back for Atalanta. As Conceição will whip it in left-footed. And as the ball goes in to the box. Oh, and it bounced in awkward plays. Where's he going to drop? It's all a bit scrambly at the moment. It's got out to the far side. Kalulu goes short to Conceição, whips it into the penalty area. It's headed away and then cleared away. But then the offside flag goes up. Offside against Juve. Free kick Atalanta inside the Atalanta penalty area. So we've had 40 minutes here at the New Balance Arena in Bergamo. And it is Atalanta 1, Juventus 0 at the moment. That goal coming courtesy of Gianluca Scamacca from the penalty spot. Comfortably set Matteo Perin the wrong way after it was adjudged by VAR, after a VAR check anyway, that Bremer had handled a cross by Edison. As Atalanta have won a throw in here on the halfway line. Throwing up now towards Costa on this near side. Lloyd Kelly did well though. Hit to the feet of Jonathan David. He's been dispossessed. Ball does come forward again once more. And he's come out onto the feet of Kalulu on the far side. Nice bit of play by Thuram. As the ball goes forward to the run there of Jonathan David, who's trying to do something with it. Can't quite win the ball, but Thuram's on a corner though for Juventus. It's a good bit of play from him on this near side. And so an opportunity to ask questions of the Atalanta defence. As Weston McKennie though will take this throw in. It was a corner that they given the throw in. It was a touch and go as the ball goes into the penalty area. It's helped towards goal, and it's gone behind though. And Brema was the one again who tried to get something on it but was unable to do so. As the ball goes up towards Skabaka. Was he fouled? No, referee's not interested. And the ball goes out to Constantine on the far side. He's dribbling into space. He has gone back there. Oh, he's giving away again. Constantine. He has not had the best game. He's a funny player because he looks good on the eye when he dribbles with it. He's clearly got a lot of talent and ability. Just a bit of finesse and quality's just not there a lot of the time. There's the throw in here by Honest Ahonord. He's thrown down the line. It's headed forward. Well though by Gatti. Comes out eventually at the feet of Weston McKennie. Nice ball this time by Constantine David. Nice exchange of passes between him and Weston McKennie. Does go back though, Jonathan David, to Lloyd Kelly. He goes Thuram. Just a couple of minutes left in this first half. Plus added time, which will probably have a few minutes as well. Especially after that VAR check. As Locatelli plays the ball forwards, but it's really good defending back there by Jim Citi. And the ball's up with Skabaka. And a nice ball here to Charles De Ketelea. And he tries to put one across goal, but it deflects into the hands of Matteo Perry. And Juve can come forward again as Constantine skipping past a few challenges. Plays that to Manuel Locatelli on this near side. Locatelli goes across to Brema. Brema goes into the feet of Constantine. And is he fouled? He was. It's a free kick to Juve. Bit of play in the middle that time by Constantine and Cambiasso. Locatelli. Sweep one out to Gatti on the far side. Goes back inside to Brema. He's Locatelli. No more Locatelli. Back out to Gatti. 30 seconds of normal time remaining. Here goes Locatelli. Goes out to Kalulu on the far side. Back inside though to Locatelli once more into the field of Jonathan David. Goes back to Brema. Here's Kalulu offering support for his teammate. Lloyd Kelly going down the line into the feed of Cambiasso. As the ball comes out into Kelly's feet, it's Kalulu. Well, fourth officials added on 2 minutes here at the end of the first 45 minutes in Bergamo. So 2 minutes, not too long for Juventus, pardon the pun, and well, it might have been a little bit longer as Locatelli's found David. Nice ball round the corner there to Gatti. Here's Constantine into the penalty box. Constantine not quite delivered again. Goes back out wide though to Kalulu. Here goes Brema. Locatelli driving forward now for Juventus. Locatelli, was he fouled? I think he was, you know. Will be a free kick here to Juventus. Dangerous position, and this is a shooting position as well. Skabaka it was who made the foul. pretty guilty. Lucas Scamacca. It was a bit of a wild challenge, silly. It was wild. It's a classic striker's challenge. Think of a striker's challenge, it literally fit the bill. A bit wild, careless, and really silly at this time in the game. An opportunity for Juve to maybe, just maybe, level things up. As Scamacca was, of course, the hero from the penalty spot. Will he be a case of 0-0 here? As Cambiasso and Locatelli himself are interested in this set piece, as Perisic has got his wall into place. As Locatelli is the man to take it. Locatelli! Oh, he couldn't quite get it round. He did get it. I think it was round the outside of the wall, or was it through the wall? It was round the outside of the wall, but it went wide. Didn't quite get that right. No more Locatelli. And that will probably be that for the first 45 minutes. Yes. It is, yeah. Referee has called end of proceedings here at the end of the first half. So it's been a very intriguing first 45 minutes. The difference, in all honesty, was that moment where Bremer was adjudged to have handled after Edison put the ball into the penalty area, and Scamacca made no mistake from 12 yards. Cool and calm penalty to give the host the lead here. It's half time in this one. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the start of the second half. Don't go anywhere. It's Atalanta 1, Juventus 0. Very warm welcome back, everybody, to this live audio commentary of tonight's Coppa Italia quarter-final clash at the New Balance Arena in Bergamo between Atalanta and Juventus this evening. And so far, so good as far as Rafael Palladino is concerned for Atalanta. Of course, he spent a little bit of time at Juventus, scoring 10 goals in 57 games, the Atalanta boss, but tonight his focus is not on Juventus. It is, of course, on his current side, Atalanta. After taking over on the 11th of November, he has been very impressive so far at his short time here in Bergamo, winning 7 of his 9 home games, and they are leading the old lady at the break here by 1-0, courtesy of a penalty by Gianluca Scamacca. Maybe there would be people saying that it was a harsh decision to give the penalty after VAR got involved, but we know the nature of it nowadays. They are harsh. The hand was up, and the ball hit the hand, and therefore the penalty was awarded. And it was a lovely penalty by Scamacca, it has to be said, as the players are now back out into the middle and they are ready to get started again in this second half. And of course, in this second half, it will be Atalanta shooting from right to left. There's the referee there just exchanging a few words with Edison and Martin Darun, as they are 45 minutes away at the moment. The semi-final against Lazio or Bologna, as they come out directly here. Atalanta, they come out fast with Bernasconi on this near side, and that is an early throw-in deep in the Juve half for Atalanta. So a chance here for them to create an opportunity, a long throw by Lorenzo Bernasconi into the penalty area, headed up by Thuram. It's only come out though as far as Raspadori. It's played back though to Carnesecchi, the centre back, Jim City. He's gone long again, but Conceição has picked up the pieces but gives it away once more. It's pretty careless, I felt, in the first half. Francisco Conceição shows moments of promise, but produce just isn't there. And he did miss Juventus' best chance in that first 45, but pressing high here, Juve, and Carnesecchi is forced to go long down the pitch, and Juve win a throw-in as a result on the halfway line. As Kepren Thuram has it for the away side. Is Gatti. Balulu hits it first time long. Dispossessed in the middle though, Juventus. And the ball eventually goes out to Scalvini on the far side. And Zappacosta down the line. Edison drifting wide though, trying to make room for a cross. Good held up though by Kepren Thuram though. Does very well indeed. And he goes back into the feet though of Martin Darun. Cross again to Jim City. Good ball inside, this time to Raspadori. Scalvini, nice play by Atalanta, but they're not really creating a lot. They do cross it eventually. It has come out to Conceição on this near side. He does well to win a throw-in this time for his team. So a throw-in to Juve just on the edge of their own penalty area, deep in their own half. As Palladino just encouraging his side to put on a high press. And of course, Luciano Spalletti's got a good record in this competition. He's won it twice with Roma in the past, so he won't want to go out tonight. And as I said earlier, with all due respect to Lazio and Bologna, points. Not a bad draw in the semi-final. As Conceição wins a free kick deep in the Juve half. It will be a free kick for the away side here, which is taken quickly. It's gone back though to Gatti to the far side. Lloyd Kelly going down the line. Got a fish inside, but it could be a defending though by Scalvini. It goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. He goes back out to Scalvini straight away. And goes Jim Citi. Ahonor. Back to Bernascone. Goes down the line looking for Raspadori, who is dispossessed, but he's actually won a throw in as a result. It's Federico Gatti didn't agree with, but he's got to accept it. Kalulu also bemused by the decision from the referee. There's Bernascone will take the throw in. No, he won't. He's going to leave it. So, are we seeing early signs of time wasting here by Atalanta? And Ahonor will take it. He's thrown it down the line. It's gone straight into the feet of Gatti though. Kalulu finding space. Here's Jonathan David out to Weston McKennie. Can Juve put together their first meaningful attack of the half? Conceição on the chase. He's up against Ahonor though. Conceição, nice feet, but then gives it away. And he has won back though by McKennie, but he's given it away as well. And Atalanta have got the ball back. And Scamacca is holding it. And he's won a free kick. He's done it a few times, Scamacca. He's taken it quickly, looking for the run of Charles de Ketelaere, but he fouls Bremer. It will be a free kick to Juve, just on the edge of their own penalty box now. So a chance for them to reset. And again, it looked like a decent attack by Juventus with Conceição down the right-hand side, but he just did too much in the end and ended up losing it. And could have really tried to look for Jonathan David, who was in the penalty area, but Edison is down at the moment with an alleged injury, and hopefully he is all right. But you do wonder whether there's an element of time wasting already. Hopefully that is wrong and it's not the case, but I've seen so much in football now, it can be quite frustrating to watch. As we are now finally back on the way. I mean, Edison's made his way over onto the near side. He's shaking his head, but the spraying, the magic spray, they'll hope will make him feel better. There's a ball forward by Gatti, is easily cleared by Jim Citi, and Scamacca's coming forward now for Atalanta. No foul on him. Juve get the ball back. Jonathan David going back to Thuram. Up to Lloyd Kelly now for Juventus. He's run into a bit of trouble though, and Atalanta have got the ball back. And here come on the attack. Nice bit of play by Zappacosta. Coming forward now. Oh, and Lloyd Kelly did well to get back. It was a good bit of play by Zappacosta down the right-hand side. Just as he got into the penalty area though, Lloyd Kelly just turned on the burners and was able to stop him in his path. It's a corner kick though to Atalanta. So still an opportunity to create a chance if they can do that. As Bernascone has come over to take the corner kick now for Atalanta on the far side. He'll be looking to whip the ball in left-footed. He's gone short. That looks like a clever routine, but it's just gone straight back out to him though, and he's crossed it, and Jonathan David heads it away at the front post. For a second there, it looked like it was going to be a well-worked corner, but it was a bit of a, in all honesty, a bit of waste of time in the end, as the ball comes out to Ahonor on this near side. He goes inside. It's a nice bit of play though by Charles de Ketelaere. Showing good feet. And it's a nice bit of play by Scalvini as well, popping one out into the far side. Nice run by Ketelaere again. He's up against Locatelli. Brilliant by the Italian midfielder wins the ball back well, and Juventus back in possession. Can they spring a forward attack now though? The ball goes into the feet of Weston McKennie, helps it round the corner, gets it back from Jonathan David. Lovely football by Juventus as the ball goes out onto the far side. Nice bit of play, whipped into the penalty area, which palmed out a little bit unconvincing by Carnesecchi, but it was a good bit of defending in the end by Bernasconi, who was able to nip in ahead of Conceição and clear it, but he has come back to Conceição on this near side, teasing the defender. Conceição whips it in, but the cross goes straight into the hands of Carnesecchi, and it is pressure off for Atalanta. It was a bit unconvincing goalkeeping a few moments ago, but Atalanta have got a counter-attack here and they're forward fast. Zappacosta into the penalty box. He's got options in the middle. He's dwelling and he's delaying, and the chance has gone. Oh dear, that wasn't great by Zappacosta. And Keteler has given himself an option. Made himself an option. Keteler once again squared up by Thuram. Nice bit of play by Keteler though. And it's given away in the end poorly by Bernasconi. And it will be a goal kick to Juventus, which is taken quickly by Perin and taken short as they try to come out from the back here. Juventus goes back to Carnesecchi, and Carnesecchi's done well tonight for Atalanta, but that was a few moments ago was, he got away with it, nothing happened, but it was very unconvincing goalkeeping, it has to be said. Very nerve-wracking if you're a Juve fan. As the ball goes into Conceição, Jonathan David, it releases Kalulu, and a chance now for Juventus to maybe create something. It's coming to Weston McKennie. Jonathan David's over Kalulu. Oh, could he pick out David? It's a terrible ball from Kalulu. Oh, he had to do better than that. Jonathan David was over. He applauds his teammates, saying, that's better, lads. This is the sort of way we're going to create an opportunity. But Kalulu's pass was poor and didn't make it, but they've whipped one into the box now though, Juve. It's headed out well by Ederson, who seems to have recovered from that alleged injury a few moments ago. Conceição is on this near side. Kalulu offering width as well. Here's Bremer to Lloyd Kelly. He's gone out to Locatelli on the far side. He crosses in towards Jonathan David, who's unable to spin on it. There's good defending back there by Jim Citi. As Locatelli has it again. He's falls back though. He's gone back to Lloyd Kelly. There's a nice bit of play though on the far side by Locatelli. Here goes Kepa Thuram, trying to play it into the feet of Gatti, who shoots and it's well blocked. What's he doing there? But he was unmarked relatively as Locatelli. Oh, that's poor from Locatelli. Trying to poke one through to David and just gave it straight to an Atalanta player. And now Atalanta can come up with a counter-attack, but in the end it was, well, he attempted 1-2 between Scalvini and Charles de Kellater. Just didn't quite come off there for the home side. There's Kepa Thuram though, has played it out on the far side to Weston McKennie. Here's Locatelli sweeping one out onto this near side where Kalulu has fouled Conceição. Conceição to Locatelli, who's gone for a ball over the top. Searching ball. Was that a foul? No, says the referee. Not a lot of claims, in all honesty, by the Juve players. I mean, it was Weston McKennie and Cambiasso were both involved in this. It was Cambiasso in the end who was allegedly pulled down, but I don't think you're going to get that. It was Martin Deroon back there. Yeah, he's searching for that. You're never going to get a penalty for that one, I'm afraid. As Juventus yet to create a clear-cut chance at the start of this second half. Jonathan David chasing back the Atalanta defence. It's gone all the way up the pitch. Charles De Ketelaere is making himself a pest. Jonathan David has won a free kick though, just inside the Atalanta half. Did well there, the Canadian striker, to win that. As the referee just indicating for a free kick to Juventus. As there are a few Juve players warming up here on this near side. Kenan Yildiz is one of them, Lorenzo Penda. So they're getting the troops ready as Manuel Locatelli looks to click this free kick forward and ask a few questions of the Atalanta back line. As Locatelli clips on forward, headed out though easily and well by Bernasconi. Ball goes out to the far side. Zappacosta trying to use all of his experience and does so by winning a throw in. Locatelli not happy with someone. I think a teammate, you know. Maybe he didn't make the move that he expected or wanted them to from that last set piece. As the ball is thrown forward by Scalvini. Bit of a game of head tennis in the middle, but Juve managed to get the ball down, and Thuram now could drive forward for the away side. Thuram into penalty area. Did he get the ball? Well, referee thinks he did. No foul. And there's a foul there by Kalulu. And there's no appeals by the Juve players, so no penalty by the looks of it. It looked a bit of a brave challenge. He does get the ball. It's a good challenge, you know. Back in there by Henderson. He took a chance. It's one of them challenges where if you do that, you've got to get the ball. Because if you don't, you're giving away a penalty kick. And that's obviously not something that Atalanta want to do in the situation they're in. They're 1-0 up here after an hour. It's Atalanta 1, Juventus 0. It's a Gianluca Scamacca penalty, which is the difference between the two sides. Juve are struggling here to create chances. Conceição is really stupidly giving away a free kick for a clear handball in a dangerous position here for the home side to maybe create something. And I don't think Luciano Spalletti is particularly happy with Francisco Conceição after that. That was a really crazy bit of play. He just handled the ball needlessly 40 yards from the Juve goal. He's not going to shoot here, Raspadori, but he will put the ball into the penalty area. Good dangerous position. He's headed out though by Cambiasso. Got back out to Scalvini on the far side though, trying to make room for a cross. Gone back to Zappacosta. Eventually Atalanta go back to Edison on the halfway line. Here goes Bernasconi, but he want to throw in though on this near side. And Ahonor has come over to take it. And the referee's given a free kick now after a foul on Ahonor, which Atalanta again have taken quickly, but they made a mess of that. And over on the far side, Charles De Ketelaere has kept it in, but by doing so conceded a throw in, so it'll be a throw into Juventus deep in their own half. As Andrea Cambiasso looks to take this throw in for the away side, gets a little 1-2 by Locatelli. It was, well, smashed into the crowd by Locatelli. So another throw in, this time to the home side, so turnover of possession there. And the long throw in will be taken here by Scalvini, who launches one into the penalty area. It's flipped on. Maybe a chance now for Atalanta. Heading onto a dangerous position. And, well, Scamacca got on the end of it. He was actually offside. so it wouldn't have counted anyway. It will be a free kick to Juventus, but they are asking constant questions of the Juventus back line, when really, in all honesty, it should be the other way around, shouldn't it, really? It should be Juventus asking questions as Gatti is coming off for Juventus, and Boga is coming on. So a bit of fresh legs there at the back, maybe from a Juve perspective. A positive sub by Spalletti. As the ball goes forward though to Conceição. Chance now for Juve. Here goes Conceição to the penalty area. Oh, he just thought for a moment he was going to go down under a challenge. He hasn't gone down, and it will be a corner kick here to Juventus, of which will be taken over there on the far side by quite see over there. It's Cambiasso who's going to take it. He whipped it into the penalty area. It's headed out only as far as Locatelli though. Here goes Kalulu back to Locatelli, who clips one into the box. Jonathan David heads it back. It's come to Weston McKennie. Oh, but he should have maybe gone for goal there, Jonathan David himself, as Atalanta looks to come away with the ball. One back though by Kalulu. That's brilliant by him. And is that a foul on Kalulu? No, says the referee. Thuram does win a foul though, just after. Raspadori deemed to be a little bit too excitable there with that challenge. It's a good bit of play by Kepa and Thuram. See why he was such in high demand last summer. A number of clubs interested. Jonathan Boga was involved in that. The centre forward, he's not played much for Nice this campaign, but he's been put behind. It will be a corner kick here to Juventus. It will be interesting to see what Boga can do here in the last 25 minutes on his debut tonight. It's a good opportunity to make something happen. Here's the ball from Locatelli, is whipped into the box. It's headed out by Scamacca. And that's a good thing, isn't it? When you've got a centre forward like Scamacca, he can come back and do some defending for you. It's not just about what he gives the other way. It's about what he gives. That's what he gives at the back as well, isn't it? As Juventus now look like they've got a spell of possession. Nice bit of play here. Weston McKennie going back to Locatelli. Here goes Brema. Now into the far side where Jeremy Boga is. Nice ball down the line from him. Here's Cambiasso. Puts it across to Jonathan David. Swivels on it. Weston McKennie shoots and shoots miles wide. That was an opportunity for Juventus. It was nicely worked. Carnesecchi, I don't think he's been tested at all since that early shot by Conceição in the first half that he did really well to keep out. He didn't really had to make any other saves, I don't think, in this game. So it's a bit of a frustrating one for Spalletti, a problem he's got to solve. The ball goes long down the pitch by him. Searching ball, just headed out straight away on the halfway line as Rafael Palladino looks like he's going to make a couple of changes of his own here. And two players just getting themselves ready on the touchline, receiving instructions by the bench. Quite sure who they are at the moment, can't quite see from here. As Locatelli launches one forward, Thuram is on the march. It is cleared well though, and it's only come as far as Bernasconi who comes forward. But how about that for a challenge by Manuel Locatelli? And here come Juventus the other way. Weston McKennie into Conceição. Good chance here. Jonathan David into the box. Jonathan David! And he just couldn't get the shot away. It was really good defending back there by Giorgio Scalvini. But Jonathan David will be feeling as though he maybe could have got his shots off there. But super defending by the Atalanta man. It really is. He tried to cut in, Jonathan David. I can understand why he did that. Try and create room for a shot. But it's outstanding defending by Scalvini. As Conceição now looks to whip in the set piece. Whipped into the post, headed out. So he covers far. There's Kalulu. Locatelli whips the ball in. It's headed on the front post, but it's kept in by Kalulu. Kalulu asking questions of the back line. Oh, and it was into the bed of Lloyd Kelly, but he put it wide. It's a good chance that for Lloyd Kelly. He thumps the ground in frustration. He knows that he should have better with that header. And the ball just, in the end, harmlessly whistled past the Atalanta post. He should have hit the target there, Lloyd Kelly. Get a defender in that position. They should do better. Scamacca is coming off here for Atalanta. He's one of the two changes. And Sulemana is coming on for him. And Bellanova is replacing Zappacosta. So double change for Palladino's side. Fresh legs up front and on the wings. On the wing, sorry. And something for Spalletti and Juventus to think about. Keta there. Clicks it on. Game of head tennis breaks out. Eventually does fall comfortably into the feet of Lloyd Kelly, who goes long again down the pitch, but it's easily dealt with though by Jim Citi, who puts it out of play, and it will be a throw into Juventus, which is taken short. Goes out to Lloyd Kelly, back to Perry. Juve are readying another change here, and see who that is who's coming on. They look like they're almost ready, but Atalanta want to throw in here on the halfway line. Bit of a sloppy play over there by Jeremy Boga. Loan signing from Nice, just to add a bit more depth and cover, you feel, for Juve as they go into the final 3 months of the season. As Lloyd Kelly goes across to Locatelli. Here's Kalulu. Back to Petty. He goes long, looking for Weston McKennie, but it was unable to find him. Lloyd Kelly's won the ball back really well though, on the edge of his own box, and has won a free kick as well, so it'll be a free kick to Juve. Ketelaere gave away the foul, and he's rather accepting in it as well. So that Team Koopmeiners is going to be one of the changes for Juventus. As the ball goes forward, long, and it's well chased by the Juve players, and Jeremy Boga has got it on the far side, now running at Scalvini. Boga at Peltier, does really well. Jeremy Boga's done outstandingly well, but he couldn't quite pick out a black and white shirt in the middle. And it's got out on this near side, and it will be a throw-in to Atalanta. But Boga had Scalvini on toast. Absolutely did him there, but he just couldn't quite find Weston McKennie, who was in the box, but it was just went a little bit too far ahead of the ball. I mean, it's looked great really by McKennie, in all honesty. He could have just held back But there you go. He made an error of judgment. Chance is gone. As it looks like they're now going to make those changes, Juventus. Jonathan David is one of them. He's replaced by Holm. And Coop Miners has replaced Locatelli in the middle, who was seeing lots of the ball. Locatelli, but he was unable to really, again, make that final bit count. He didn't quite have that bit of cutting edge at times. He didn't quite have it, but I'll be hoping though still we can find a way in the closing exchanges to ask a question of the Atalanta back line, as the ball is eventually won though by Ketele. Does very well, and it comes back out to Martin de Roon, who's now able to try to play the ball forward, but the referee has just stopped the game here as Atalanta have put it out. Kristovic is coming on for Atalanta. So Kristovic is coming on for Raspadori. It's a positive change. And another change as well for Atalanta. He's making two of them. Is Giorgio Scalvini, and Kusunu is the other change. So a couple of changes by Palladini again. So two sets of double changes for the Atalanta boss. As Juve look to come forward with it. It's come back to Thuram. Lays it off to McKennie. Was he fouled? Referee says yes. Free kick to Juventus. Weston McKennie was the player fouled. As the ball comes out onto this near side. Bellanova wasn't happy with that decision, the substitute, but he'll have to take it as the ball goes forward and out onto the far side. Coop Miners has picked it up deep for Juve. It's good to have fresh legs and fresh ideas in the middle. I think bringing on two Coop Miners is a good idea. Locatelli had another bad game. It just maybe wasn't working for him tonight in certain moments, but Lloyd Penny's given it away terribly there. And I was a bit lucky that Sulemana wasn't interested in driving forward with the ball, and Atalanta instead have gone all the way back to the goalkeeper and look like they're going to take the sting out of the game. And that's what they're trying to do, keeping it at the back as the ball goes long and forward. It goes into the feet of Kristovic, who's done pretty well, and it's go out into the far side where there's a good ball into the box. Big chance here for Atalanta, and they've scored again, and it's the substitute this time who's got on the end of it. It's Sulemana who's got the final touch. It was a scruffy goal from an Atalanta perspective in the way it fell to him, but he will not care, and the substitute bench are involved in the celebration, and Atalanta, in the blink of an eye, lead Juventus by 2-0 in the Coppa Italia quarter-final. And it's a super sub, Sulemana, who's got the second goal. Now, what a special moment that is for him as well. I mean, he has only got 2 goals this season in Serie A. In all comps, in all honesty, in his 16 appearances, just the 1 assist. He's not been in the goals, but that will mean a lot to him. It was crossed into the box. Kristovic missed it, but Sulemana was there to follow in and bundle the ball over to make it 2-0 to Atalanta. And surely now they've got 1 foot in the semi-final. Juventus have maybe got something to say about that. But Sulemana's breaking away for Atalanta again, and he's set off Charles de Ketelaere on the far side. Ketelaere trying to pick out Kristovic in the middle. Was he pushed over by Bremer? No, says the referee. Play on as Coot Miners brings the ball out the back for Juventus. Trying to force it forward though, and he was unable to do it. Juventus have got a throw in on this near side. As the throw in into the middle is to Thuram. They haven't got long now, Juve. They've got to create something. They've not really created anything. They've had lots of the ball. And they've had the ball in dangerous areas in this second half, throughout the whole game, but they just haven't created anything clear cut. Apart from that Consensao chance in the first half, that was a good opportunity. They haven't really created anything. It's a strange move to take Jonathan David off, really. They didn't really get him in the game. It wasn't really his fault, per se. Never created a chance for him. The likes of Weston McKennie and Consensao, they need to do more in terms of creation for their number 9 striker, as a rather panicky clearance by Carnesecchi has gone straight out of play, and it will be a throw-in on this far side. But a couple of changes for Juve, as Openda has come on for Cambiasso and Zagrova is coming on for Consensao, which doesn't surprise me